Hello friends, a very warm welcome to UnSarkari, your own channel, a one-stop destination for understanding and learning and also moving forward in a sustainable way. We have been taking up very important but crucial topics and bringing it up to you so that you can have further edge in your studies. Always remember there is no shortcut how much you look for it, but the only way ahead is looking outside and inside both with mindfulness. With this idea, today we are taking up a very important topic, that is Citizen Charter. I am Vvikas Bhardwaj, and let's start and understand what actually Citizen Charter comprises. Citizen Charter is a very important component and tool for public service delivery and many other dimensions. So, in public administration, we say that public service delivery and its efficiency is a major concern over the globe. But there have been countries which have taken steps earlier on. For example, UK, the United Kingdom, it is one of the first countries in the world to practice and to implement such ideas. It went on to come up with Citizen Charter and then later on another concept of Citizen Mark, so as to bring quality to the services. India have also been taking steps and strides in this direction, and we can say after 1997 we started looking forward to it. So what exactly it involves, why we say that policy implementation is the key for it, and especially it is a tool of new public management and good governance. क्या सिर्फ ये नाम के लिए है, it is only in the name, or is it really being practiced in India in different ways? That is what we have to see. It is a tool of good governance. Now, good governance, for example, the present government says that they are practicing maximum governance with minimum government. That is what they plan to, that is what they say, and that is what is being practiced. It is a great challenge to a country like India with such a huge population and great resources to be utilized in the right way. Citizen Charter is definitely a very important tool. We say that until unless service is delivered to the masses at the grassroots level, nothing is going to change. So Citizen Charter is not supposed to be only an element, it is actually spirit and the idea which will make citizens aware about their rights, about their privileges and duties. क्या उनके कर्तव्य हैं, क्या उनके अधिकार हैं, क्या उन्हें मिलना चाहिए. And actually the idea is to make whole concept a citizen centric agenda. आप सोचिए, अब you just keep on thinking while we are discussing and sharing some ideas, that have you ever practiced, have you ever witnessed from the government side or from the public service delivery agent any kind of such experiences by which you can say yes, in India also we are actually practicing good values of citizen charters. Now, as I said that it all started in 1996-1997 in India, where there was a conference with respect to an agenda for effective and responsive administration, and that is how in 1997 it was taken up along with the chief ministers that something should be done. An important role in this context is being played by Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. It is one of the key departments apart from DOPT, and also you can say respective nodal agencies of different departments, which is going to play a very important role in context of Citizen Charter. Citizen Charter was first of all set up and practiced with respect to public sector banks. You can say PSBs, they came ahead and they were the first one, including Punjab National Bank, State Bank of India and so on, which were playing such an important role in actually delivering services. They went on to set up the benchmark, and this benchmark was actually carried on further with time. So क्या चाहिए? What will be the three broad heads and criteria under which we can say that is accountable and citizen friendly government? When we say accountable and citizen friendly government is that you are taking certain services, and that services you can always question, that services you are ready to give any kind of feedback, that for that services you are ready to understand what value you are given, and then also you are your constructive feedback and your ideas are also being I should say appreciated by the government. Transparency and Right to Information Act RTI is also a very, very important appendices, or you can say an important component as far as citizen charter is concerned. It is in this context what comes to picture is that CPIO, that is Chief Public Information Service Officers, and also nodal officers, they must be trained, they must be made more empathetic and sensitive, they must not be in haste to push over something. Actually, it is a very, very deliberative and a very, very long term process when we say ki citizen charter, how it will be practiced in actually in originality or at the base level. None of the services, especially for by civic agencies, like you can say municipal corporations, or for that matter other service delivery based offices, or you can say services, for example passport, or for that matter your driving license, voter, and ration supply, all are coming under the ambit of citizen chartership. So is it really such a tool which is making a lot of difference, or are there other points also? अब देखने की बात क्या है कि when we say it should be citizen centric, तो एक citizen charter is there. When we say decentralization of power, if you go and check certain panchayat department, I mean to say certain panchayat office, or even certain panchayat, for example Kerala is a role model in that regard, apart from states like Tamil Nadu, which are actually far ahead as far as implementation of such ideas is concerned, whether it is primary health services, whether it is education, whether it is ration supply, or other community based services. They all are linked with citizen charter. Redressal of public grievances and all laws and acts they must facilitate. For example, in this context, let's recall Lokpal Bill. Lokpal Bill, which is integrally linked with Citizen Charters Bill, which was once placed in the Lok Sabha, but then it lapsed. I think it is in 2011-12 what we are talking about. Now, when we say kaise banega, so it is a written document which is having a voluntary declaration by the service providers that such is the standard of our delivery, and they are actually putting up that what kind of choices they are providing to the consumers or to the customers, and what is their mechanism for grievance redressal. Gandhi ji ne bhi kaha hai that we are dependent on customer. It is not that customer is or the consumer is dependent upon us. We are the one who must provide them services because they are giving us opportunity to serve them. So actually it is all about the mindset and the idea, and even before UK what we are talking about the concept of citizen charter, already Gandhiji's ideas are actually working in that direction. तो क्या होना चाहिए? क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए, चॉइस होनी चाहिए, स्टैंडर्ड्स, वैल्यू, अकाउंटेबिलिटी, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, as I just said. I must mention here that the new startups and many private sector enterprises, they are also moving in the direction of providing such services, because as I discussed in the beginning that it is part of new public management, it is part of good governance, it is part of citizen centric approach, and in such a globalized world you cannot afford to lose consumers or customers. So Administrative Reforms Commission, it went on to bring a model for citizen charter. It must include the services, that is definition of services, and what is the standard for such services, how to develop capability in order to deliver such services, and what are the acts being conducted जिससे उसकी performance को check किया जाए, how to monitor the performance and how to evaluate the impact. So for example, let's take the case study of a PNB branch of any state in India, and here we can say that what kind of, how much time is being taken in updating your passbook, how much time you are taking in filling up certain form, how much is the cordial and the punctual behavior is of the staff, is the bank manager accessible to you, and are all norms including numbers and everything is put up on the charts prominently, and in the present times is it behaving COVID appropriate behavior or not. That will be part of citizen chartership. Now vision statement is there in the longer run, like for any company, that what actually it seeks to get through this, and mission statement is also there. There will be definite objective and identification of services which will be clearly classified and categorized. For example, in the past there have been certain cities in India, for example Bengaluru, Hyderabad or even Gurgaon, where civil society people have come up together and they have come up with citizen charter with their demands. So what is their vision statement? For example, Gurgaon, better living place. It is their vision statement, and the mission is that we want to implement this with the help of municipal corporation Gurgaon and the role of local bodies apart from other government agencies. Services will include, for example, water, potable water, or you can say drinking water to each household, safety of the citizens in the night and during daytime, especially elderly and the women, e-waste, garbage segregation, maintenance of roads and the side lanes and so on. So all this is an example that how a citizen charter is actually created. As I just said, there will be different levels, different kind of hierarchy, and then there will be clients, or you can say user, stakeholder. That is why Government of India always conduct a survey also. There is a role of private bodies which conduct surveys, and that is how new ideas are being put up, and especially with the role of information technology and feedback and surveys, things are actually moving ahead in a positive direction, though we have long mile to go. Time frame for each service, this is actually there since the time of RTI, that is Right to Information Act, in a more prominent way. I'm just giving an example. Apart from it, every PSU is bound to come up with their own citizen charter in which there will be time bound service. If you clearly see, then you will find that there are actually there is a chart given in certain banks. For example, if you go to ICICI or even HDFC Bank, or even for that matter other bank, there will be time written, that time taken, estimate time taken for this thing, estimate time taken for this thing, and that is how it is happening. For example, IRCTC is another prominent example, and same is the case with the aviation sector. Without citizen chartership, they cannot guarantee good services to the customers. So as I just said, that quality service standards, that too also of the global level, is one of the key factors which will be helping Indian PSUs and other companies to come up with such standards where they can say that yes, we are actually providing good quality services to the masses. लोगों को एक अच्छी सर्विस की जरूरत है, that is a role model. Specification of service delivery standards, जैसा मैंने कहा, for example Delhi government and even Punjab, they came up with Right to Service Delivery Act, और उसमें क्या प्रोसीजर्स होंगे, कितने टाइम में दिया जाएगा, क्या एक्सेस होगा, क्या अफोर्डेबिलिटी होगी, all these ideas they were actually reflecting in the component of citizen charters. Clear information about contact points, definitely this is the one of the most crucial area. जब हम बात करते हैं कि कैसे information को पहुंचाना है, information facilitation counters क्या काम करेंगे, clear information about other areas, ये होगा कैसे. In this context, as I have already discussed with you, कि एक handbook होगी और उसके बाद RTI Act 2005 and relevant departments, all these will be coming together, और वो जो है इसको लगातार काम करेंगे. सुनने में इसकी इतनी महत्ता नहीं है जैसे कि आप नालसा की बात करें, जो कि नेशनल लीगल सर्विस अथॉरिटी है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे, स्टेट लेवल पे, सेंट्रल लेवल पे फ्री लीगल सर्विस की बात करता है, वो भी एक तरीके का सिटीजन चार्टर का ही एस्पेक्ट है. पब्लिक ग्रीवेंसेस रेड्रेसल प्रोसीजर्स, वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस दैट. और मैकेनिज्म होना चाहिए. मैकेनिज्म में आज की डेट में यू कैन से देयर मस्ट बी ए नंबर, नेम, डेजिग्नेशन, ईमेल, टेलीफोनिक एड्रेस, एंड how much time will be taking up. There will be a weekly review or a monthly review, and also officers and the employees must be trained how to sensitively handle this issue. So as I say, once more I'm revising it: public grievances, redressal, acknowledgement, response, all what kind of reviews are there, सबका एक information time frame होना चाहिए, and this time frame is going to help us actually कि citizens are actually, for example जब हमारे प्रधानमंत्री कहते हैं कि मैं जनता का सेवक हूँ, I am the प्रधान सेवक, then he is actually also committing himself to the citizens welfare in a manner in which all other PSUs, all other sectors must learn and implement. प्रॉब्लम जैसा मैंने अभी कहा कि प्रॉब्लम तो है ही, ऑब्वियसली इट समटाइम्स इट इज फॉर द जस्ट फॉर सेक ऑफ इट इज लेस एक्सप्लिसिट, और बहुत हमें इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल नहीं होती है, लिस्टिंग ऑफ द प्रोग्राम इज जस्ट डन बट दे आर नॉट इम्प्लीमेंटेड, पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं है by the lower sections and by subordinate, and there are rigid bureaucratic norms which are actually hampering the spirit of it, and most importantly inadequate training and finance is one of the other regions. But I just said that companies are coming forward, they are working towards it, and the problems are addressed when we see the private sector companies or such big firms like Infosys, and even the work environment created by Tata Consultancy Services. They are actually the role model when we talk about citizen charters. Therefore, designing, display, effective public relations, information communication technology, and sensitization of employees is a very important area where all PSUs and companies must work. So we have discussed so many aspects of citizen charters, which is an important component of all public service delivery areas, whether it is banking services, whether it is Panchayati Raj, whether it is passport, whether it is driving license, whether it is ration, and even in case of vaccination, which is the right of every Indian. So in this context, we have to understand what kind of role government is going to play, local bodies are going to play, civil society is going to play, and India must implement a central law which will be talking on the lines of citizen charter for all Indians in such a way whereby we say that every service must be in a guaranteed way, which is yet to happen. So I am just giving you few areas and ideas how to go about citizen charter, which is an important component of essay, ethics, and even in general studies papers, apart from certain other areas of studies. Looking forward to your viewpoints and also your ideas on the same, and keep studying, because without making yourself committed and without putting your 100%, it is difficult that we can get success. दिमाग का Wi-Fi fast करो, that is the only way ahead. Thank you very much.